This girl was playing bungee jumping. 1 second later, she became a meal for a sharktopus. This man was the same. A girl pressed the enter button which made sharktopus explode, but its egg has floated to the sea. When Lorena was fishing in the sea, she found a weird object. She cut it out. This was indeed a baby sharktopus, which was the descendant of sharktopus. She was so excited then brought baby sharktopus to her pond, and decided to raise it. Half a year later, sharktopus was getting bigger and more mature. So the owner wanted Lorena to train it for performance. However, she didn't agree with it because she knew how strong sharktopus was. The owner was not patient, so he threw a fish into the pond. Sharktopus immediately flew up, and almost ate him. Luckily he timely poured chlorinated water into the pond to escape. On this side, Professor Rico has researched a kind of creature that could both fly and swim. It was terracotta. It could fly high in the sky, and dive deep into the sea. Nothing was impossible to it. Rice showed his experiment result to Hamilton. Everybody assumed that this experiment was something to be proud of, but at this time, a programmer secretly changed the data, which made terracotta lose control. It flew to the laboratory and ate a woman. Rico told Hamilton to chase it. Even though this was his experiment, he had no ways to control it. At the same time, the owner also found something strange. Knowing the person who controlled terracotta, so this man was sacrificed as food. Then, it hit the helicopter to unbalance the helicopter and fall to the sea. Terracotta ate every single person from the helicopter. Just only Hamilton could survive and ran away. But it didn't give up, so it immediately flew over Hamilton to eat him. Suddenly, it seemed to lose control and flew away. This couple was planning to shout at the owner, so that he could bring them to the pond to see sharktopus. Then an octopus tail suddenly emerged from the water. She looked at it in fright. A second later, she fell to the ground. Luckily, the owner poured the chlorinated water into the pond once again. Another tail gradually appeared and pierced this man, then swallowed him. The owner of the pond was about to sell sharktopus to Professor Rico. So Rico told Hamilton to come and install a chip on sharktopus. Finally, they brought sharktopus away. They decided to take advantage of sharktopus. A marine staff was eaten by sharktopus. Another one was eaten by terracotta. Following this, they both began their first battle. Sharktopus definitely prevailed, and terracotta also used its method to beat sharktopus. It didn't seem to be losing. Lorena ran away and called Rick to tell him how serious the battle was. Terracotta flew over the seashore to eat a boy's kite, which caused chaos on the beach. The only thing that could be seen was the couple being chased by terracotta. They immediately left this place, running away from terracotta and sharktopus non-stop. But at this point, terracotta appeared and bit off the airplane wing. The airplane started shaking. Have you ever seen anybody who could survive in a plane crash? Sharktopus was swimming over and eating them all. Not only that, but terracotta also came. It pushed a man on the boat down. Then these two monsters started their second fight. Unfortunately, terracotta was kicked to the sky by sharktopus, but it didn't run away that time. It picked sharktopus up and bit off the control chip. Sharktopus was too heavy that terracotta couldn't carry anymore. At that time, Rico kidnapped Lorena. He thought that she could control sharktopus. Hamilton told her the story. A lifeguard, Rick, ignored the danger and started to rescue the girl. As soon as Lorena saw that, she was trying to escape from Rico. This man was just focusing on his rescuing job, so he didn't pay attention to other things. Then he was eaten by terracotta. The only thing Lorena could do was just following Rico. The owner, who was putting the money into a suitcase, immediately got wrapped by sharktopus. And then he became its meal. When this elderly hasn't even stolen the money yet, he got attacked by its tails. Then it had to pass a small river to go to the sea. On the way, it even ate a man on the street. On this side, Rico found the location of the programmer and controlled him. These three people started arguing, which helped the programmer take the suitcase and run away. Lorena and Hamilton were chasing him, and then they shot a bullet, making him injured. He just had to surrender, but it was not that easy for terracotta to let him go, so it took him away. On the way, three of them saw terracotta. Hamilton brought Lorena to escape, but Lorena fell on the ground. Therefore, Hamilton had to fight against terracotta by himself. To give her time to hide in the bathroom, Hamilton took out a knife trying to stab it. Then he also ran to the bathroom with Lorena. Abruptly, an octopus tail came and touched Lorena's face. It turned out that terracotta and sharktopus were having the third round. Hamilton came to Rico and learned about his secret. Although Hamilton was not smart, he still knew that life was the most important. So Rico put the suitcase on the boat. Terracotta and sharktopus were fighting over food. Lorena eventually came up with the idea of dealing with both monsters. They attracted terracotta with this silver ball. When they were about to attack it, it purposefully hit their ship, making her fall into the water. In an urgent situation, sharktopus came in time to let her go. Hamilton also took this advantage to attack terracotta. Then there was a huge explosion. They both came back to the land. Do you think the movie just ends like that? But sharktopus has not died yet. It flew to the boat and opened its big mouth. I must admit that the director of this movie has an enormous imagination. A battle between two monsters that got genetically modified, but then it was ruined by his outdated effects.